Thank you for joining us again on the Desopadec Weekly. And today we are continuing on the impacts of the Desopadec on human resources in the state. Well, we started last week. Let's go on to finish it. Thank you for joining us.
The purpose of an oil producing commission is for the people of the oil producing area. My message to the oil producing community is that any project that is done in their area, they should see it as their personal project. They should see it as community project. They should defend the project the way they defend their king. That is my message to the people of the oil producing community.
In 2019, the Desopadec organized an in-house training for staff of its investment and industrial relations departments. The training tagged Enhancing Official Performance and Environmental Safety lasted for 3 days, with the employees trained on core areas by different resource persons who are management staff of the Commission. While delivering a lecture titled The Qualities of a Great Leader on the last day of the training, the CEO of the Desopadec, Bashiru Askia Oge, described a good leader as one who has an ownership mindset and takes responsibility for actions and inactions of subordinates.
Let it not be the vision of Senator Dr. Okowa or the vision of Bashiru. It's our own vision. It's our own goal. So whatever we are doing to achieve our own set goals and vision. That is so? Yes, on that part, we agree that we will be training and retraining our people to ensure that having agreed to key into this vision, the vision is delivered.
The head, Department of Investment and Industrial Relations, Tewa Edema, in an interview with the Desopadec Weekly crew, said the training has helped to build a good working relationship among staff.
In the wisdom of the CEO, Bashiru Askia, it took some of us to different multinational companies' headquarters to see how they work. It was just, he didn't tell us much. Then after the different visit, I asked you, why are things moving here like this? Why are things orderly? We learned because we're adults, we're trained, some of us are trained. Now we've been back, and I said, what I have done, do it to others. And it makes the atmosphere, provide the necessary logistics, and we started in that training. Now, I'll give you an example. After the training that time, first thing I noticed was that my staff at the other office, they went around the vicinity, picking, using their hands, wearing hand gloves, picking the environment, making it, nobody was waiting for maintenance. Nobody was waiting for cleaner. I'm talking about management staff from level 15 down, picking, using their hand to pick. So if a level 15 staff has gone to your office, picked your debt, and put it in a bin, do you think you can drink pure water or bottled water and throw it in his front? You won't do that. So attitude change. Now, so basically you go to that environment now, it's clean. It's clean. Just not that there was one memo. Everybody, no, just by mere trading. 2, people now see the reason why you should come to work early. Not because you need to clock in, not because of biometric, but because there is dignity in labor. Because people were taught the dignity in labor. So 3, people now see why when you come to work, you must be passionate, you must carry out your duties, because you can be called at any time. For example, some of the resource persons were among us, were staff among us. They were just given a topic, go and develop it. Now, if you read from now till tomorrow, experience is the best teacher. So people now know that you can be called, this is your line of duties. You can be called to educate others, to train others. So you must master it. So at the end, what is the total sum? Change of attitude, change of passion, change of focus in workplace.
Participants also told our crew how working relationship has improved through the application of lessons from the 3-day training.
We were trained some time ago on time management and office management, and it has benefited us a lot. We have been able to know how to manage our time, how to work effectively, how to work smarter and not harder, how to manage office tasks, even when you have multiple tasks, how to move on from one task to another without having any difficulty or any problem or any challenges. I feel great. I feel more enlightened. I now know how to go about our office duties without wasting so much time on one assignment. And I want to say thank you to the board members. I want to say thank you to our MD. I want to say thank you to Barrister Shewo Edema, the Director of Investments and Industrial Promotions. Thank you for giving us the opportunity. We say thank you very much. We appreciate you all, sir.
The training has been so effective in our life. We were taught by different authors. First of all, we were taught about office management. We were taught time management by the Director of Investment and Industrial Promotion, Barrister Shewo Edema. We were taught entrepreneurial skill. We were taught how to prepare a memo by Mr. David Ejekunemu. So after the training, it has been helpful how to write a memo, how to prepare it, how to manage our time, how to work in the office properly, how to manage the office as well. And we were taught work ethics and courtesy by Mrs. Ezonfade, the media department. It taught us how to be respectful, how to be a role model in our department, and how we are able to do things well. We have to respect each other's. We have to be time conscious as well. We have to manage whatever we have in the office, manage the people around us as well. Even the environmental safety, we have to go around, pick dirties around the commission, the 3 offices, which was led by our director, Barrister Shewo Edema. I will say a very big thank you to them, not just me alone. On behalf of the department, we say thank you to the MD and CEO because we are under him, and also thank you to our director, Barrister Shewo Edema, who put this training together for us, and it has been effective and efficient in our life. We say thank you and God bless you.
My people, na me Bashorun ask Aoge, when the managing director and chief executive officer of Desopadec. Na me come again because as the thing they go, it not go good make we come believe say this pandemic of coronavirus say it don't finish. As the thing they do also make it not go be something when you go come just dey lay ambush. When we think say it don't finish, it just come up from one place, come begin catch people. Now it make me come say, make I come back on. Say, it go good. Make as government say, make we do the protocol for COVID-19, make we dey follow up. Make we dey come up for where plenty people dey. Make we try dey wash our hands. Every time we go dey wash up. And then this time, make we try, make we dey wear our nose mask regularly. Because why? Now, only those when they are alive, now we feel serve when all the good things when we don't promise now, we feel reach their domot. We beg you, make you stay alive so that we can serve you better.
Desopadec also organized a 3-day fire safety training for selected staff of the commission. The Executive Director, Planning, Research and Statistics, Desopadec, Comrade Shedrack Agediga, charged participants to take the training seriously to enable them gain necessary skills on firefighting.
In line with the vision of the new board and the MDRC, one of our cardinal objectives is capacity building. And so we have decided that we train up men and women to respond to emergencies, especially in the offices where we operate. And so the guys you see behind me are here to be trained on safety and how to handle fire emergencies and other emergency cases. We expect better performance from them as staff. We expect that they will be certified as emergency response team members. So therefore, productivity will increase because we are increasing our inputs. So therefore, output will definitely increase. Better performance, so to speak. And then that in the case of any event, emergency, I told some of them they have to be calm, listen, learn, and then so that they will come out to be better Desopadec employees. And that's my advice to them. They should be very serious with the classes. When there will be a lot of practical syndicate sessions, they need to be very, very, very attentive so that they will come back and then practicalize that in their various areas of assignment.
Participants were trained on introduction to fire safety in the workplace, the principles of fire risk control, the use of fire extinguishers, risk assessment, fire safety legislation, the role of a fire marshal, and the emergency plan. The trainees enjoyed the privilege of carrying out intensive practical exercises on how to identify the different types of fire extinguishers and how to effectively put them into use, both in the workplace and at home. The sectional head of safety, medical health and safety services units, Desopadec, Godspar Ase, and other participants spoke on benefits of the training program.
Day one, which is today, we learned so many things. The first one, we learned about fire, lights of fire, how fire is started and what we can do when there's fire. We also learned about housekeeping, how we can keep our workplace tidy, clean, so that fire cannot start from that place. We also learned about how to respond if there's fire, how the workers will move to the industry point, they have to move cautiously, they have to rush. While we are there, we will not do sensors, we count all the workmen. Those who are not there, they cannot account for them. In this training, when drills are going to be carried out, they are going to be carried out perfectly, because we are now equipped with new safety equipment which we are going to carry out. We are going to do that.
One of the things I've learned today is about fire safety management. How you can manage fire and what I should do, which is when there is a fire, you always shout for help and you run to your muster point, whereby then you call for those who can come and help to quench the fire or off the fire.
First and foremost, before I talk on that, I want to say that this training being organized by the management is timely, and the topic on safety legislation has been a good one to all the participants, in the sense that without legislation, people will just do things haphazardly without putting into consideration the safety of themselves and others. And by this legislation, when you take this thing into practice, you notice that people will be scared of taking some certain decisions, because it might take them to jail, or they will need to pay a certain amount of money.
The fact is that I've learned a lot of things, and I promise to deliver them in the place of work, even at home. One of the things I learned very well is the fire extinguishers team. I never knew we have different type of fire extinguisher, but today I've learned that we have different fire extinguisher which can be used differently. We have the one that can use electrically, we have the one that can use when we have a fat and oil, you have a burning place, you can use those ones. So now I've learned a lot of them. I know the one to use at home, I know the one to use in the car. I want to appreciate the person of Senior High Chief Bashuru Asker, who is also my father, the Managing Director, so the CEO of Desopadec, for recognizing the safety aspect, for recognizing that fire outbreak need to be handled.
I've learned a lot today in the program, the training program of today, and amongst which one prominent one is the role of the employee to the employer. It's important as employees of this great organization, the Commission, to know our role, our duties to our employers. Paramount of which is to cooperate with our employers by working assiduously and diligently in order to fulfill the legal obligation. And secondly, we work with reasonable care as safety professionals to ensure our own safety as well as the safety of others in our workplace. And then thirdly, to inform our employers of any hazard in our environment. So these are the primary duties of a safety professional in an organization.
An international certification from Administration of Occupational Safety and Health, United Kingdom, was issued to each participant weeks after the tests. One of the trainers, Ota Okutu, who spoke with the Desopadec Weekly crew, gives a summary of the training session.
We will train them on basically fire safety because we want them to be fire marshals. So we'll train them on fire hazard identification, fire risk assessment, basic firefighting skills, the use of fire extinguishers, and other necessary information they need to pass on to guests and visitors coming during their safety brief. They've been very wonderful and their level of cooperation is very good. They've been timely when it comes to coming or resumption of for the training, and their response have been very good. I will rate them at least a 99.9%. I can give a 100% assurance that these people will be able to tackle the evacuation of staff during a fire incident and be able to manage the fires once there is any fire incident in this facility.
At the closing ceremony, MD of the Desopadec, Bashiron Askia Oge, urged participants to share the knowledge and skills acquired with their colleagues who could not make the training list.
We are not training because we expect that you are going to be putting all these things you learn to practice every day. If we say that, that means we are asking for fire every day. But it's something that can happen as an incident. So you see the need for the training? And that is why you are being sent here to be trained in the techniques and arts of taking immediate action to ensure that where you have such outbreaks, they do not go out of hand and you are able to contain them within seconds, if possible. So now that we are well trained, let us not be too miserly with the knowledge, let us share the knowledge. And I also do expect that at the end of this training, you'll be able to come up with a proper plan on how to manage the safety of the men and material within the Desopadec offices.
The current management, in its bid to strengthen the workforce and eliminate time theft, prevents employees from punching in a co-worker while not present, and promote productivity and efficiency among its staff, introduced the biometrics clock time machine, which has served accurately in the Desopadec. Speaking to the Desopadec Weekly in an earlier interview, the MD, CEO of the Desopadec, Bashiron Askia Oge, said the biometric clock time machine has brought sanity and discipline to the working environment in the Desopadec.
When we came on board, it was very necessary for us to do a bit of rejigging. So when we came in the last time, we had to come up with this issue of biometric. Now, so this time when we came on board, with the experience that I've gathered from the biometric exercise, we have to redesign the way it is for it to be more transparent and acceptable by the people. The biometric system is directly synchronized now, real time, so that as you clock in and out, you can directly check your clocking details online with your Android and iOS phone. And every staff receives his or her clocking details as the Desopadec customized text message every month directly on his or her mobile phone for transparency. And we attach security integrated circuits. So the biometric machine is programmed so that if any staff touches the menu or any button, apart from clocking directly, it will record the time and date such event occurs. This will enable us to determine if there is an attempted compromise of that system. This is a big boost to what we have. And the moment the staff saw that we're transparent about what we're doing, and they can also attest to these attendance details, of course, they just keyed in, and it's been very wonderful.
The advantages of this biometric clock time machine, according to the head of administration, Ferdinand Ebibo, outweighs the disadvantages.
Biometrics is about attendance, taking attendance. Before now, workers will come, there was attendance register, or they call it movement book. You sign in and sign out. In the morning, the time that you came in, you sign it. As you are leaving, you sign in, movement book. But 2017, close at the close of 2017, the board actually thought it proper to, because we must be in tune with the trend. Yes, organizations have gotten beyond time book. Organizations are using biometric machines. So the essence is you must do something to earn your salary, to ensure that workers come to work. And so you clock in and you clock out. You clock in the morning, and the time is there, time which you clock, and then at the close of work, the time that you are clocking out is there. And the clocking machine is used for salary payment. So since the biometric machine was introduced, we have seen that staff are more committed to their duties. They are regular at work, because your salary now depends on your clocking. If you fail to clock, there is no salary.
Some staff of the commission narrates their experiences with the biometric clock time machine system.
Well, I think it has helped to a large extent to checkmate attendance to work. Attendance to work in two ways. One can come to work late. One can come to work at the stipulated time. And one may decide to leave your duty post before the stipulated time. And in both ways, the biometrics have been able to control attendance to work at the right time and then closing at the appropriate time. Surely, discipline is not acceptable generally. So you look at the positives of discipline in order to be able to appreciate it. It has affected me. At the time it affected me, it wasn't good, because when money is deducted from the little that you are earned, or when you are denied in totality, of course you wouldn't find it easy, because you don't find any possible replacement for that. The expenses are still there. So negatively, yes, it had affected me when I was unduly absent for duty at the times that the biometrics specified, and punishments were meted out. It wasn't funny at all.
I think the biometrics issue has really brought in discipline to the commission in terms of punctuality and the way and manner staff carry out their duties. Before now, there was this nonchalant attitude towards work. But with the introduction of the biometrics, all that have changed. You can see now, staff come to work early, they carry out their work well, and they wait until the stipulated time to close from work. Unlike before, when you can just come in and go at any time you like. It will improve the output, because staff are now more serious to work and they carry out their duties diligently.
With the diverse training initiated in the past 1 year in office, the management of the Desopadec has truly proven that it is committed to the development and well-being of its staff. Thank you very much for watching our edition today. As we wrap it up on human resources in the Desopadec, I want to encourage you to join us next week when we come again with another interesting edition. It's all about the activities of Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission in building a stronger Delta. You can follow us on our social media handles on your television screen until we come next week. On behalf of the entire crew, Joy Uche is my name. Thank you for watching.